Well, the current political crisis in Guinea-Bissau has left an unprecedented power vacuum. Now, with the mediation team led by Guinea-Conakry's president, Alpha Condé, reports indicate renewed tension could create more problems in the country. Besides protests like last week's by thousands demanding President Vaz to step down, international and regional bodies, including the EU and ECOWAS, have on more than one occasion met with the incumbent to exchange opinion in ending the crisis. The former Portuguese colony has not convened a parliament for more than a year, and local media report public anger is growing at the failure of regionally mediated talks to resolve deep rivalries within the political classes.
In mid-March, President Jose Maria Vaz embarked on a tour to the interior of the country, of Bafat in Gabu, which is 200 kilometers east of Bissau. These visits were poorly received by his opponents in the African Party of Independence in Guinea and Cape Verde, the PAIGC, his political family, which accused him of participating in a pre-campaign. I recall that the decision that Vaz took in August 2015 to dismiss Prime Minister Jose Gomes Pereira, a famous politician who benefited from the support of Western donors, brought about a period of instability and the rapid nomination of several other prime ministers.
For social communication in Guinea-Bissau, Mr. Victor Gomes Pereira, good morning. What is your take, just straight on to this matter, what is your take on the protest that took place last week? And do you believe there is no need to worry about the political situation right now in the country?
Vous savez, nous sommes en démocratie. Et comme vous le savez très bien, on a une crise, oui, mais...
You know, we are in a democracy. As you are aware, we have a crisis, but we are discussing about it. Fortunately, people here can hold protests, and that is to say that it is their right according to the Constitution. And personally, I'm in agreement with that. But it should be noted that there were things that occurred before this. There were also thousands of people who demonstrated to support the government in place. The people who support the government are very many, as seen in photos. I also took part in the protests. Organizations had invited us, so the people who support the government are very many.
Moi-même, j'étais dans la manifestation parce que le mouvement des citoyens nous avait invités. Et les gens sont beaucoup plus nombreux que les gens qui sont contre.
Now, Mr. Gomez, there was a national dialogue process that was started a while ago under the auspices of ECOWAS. How is that going today as you're speaking?
Bon, vous savez, moi, personnellement, avec le gouvernement, je crois qu'en ce moment-là,
well, you know, personally with the government, I think we lost the confidence we had at the beginning of the mediation, because I clearly remember I was in Conakry. I was representing my party, the PNR, the Party of Social Renewal, and at no time did we have a consensus on any name. So when the mediation comes to tell us that it's confirmed with no signed document that there was a consensus, that's where we lost confidence in the mediation. The government and even the party supporting the mediation. The PNR will continue its efforts to bring the situation back to normal, especially at the level of the assembly. You know that the assembly is blocked by a gentleman who is the president of the assembly. This is not allowed in the constitution, so as we have courts, legal authorities, we will continue the fight in the courts.
Now, just lastly, Mr. Pereira, when can we anticipate, according to you, or rather how you can influence all these, could we anticipate a return to normalcy in Guinea-Bissau?
Bon, vous savez, il y a un débat. Je l'appelle même pas une crise.
You are aware there is a debate. I don't even refer to it as a crisis. What is there is that before the problems of Guinea-Bissau are settled by force, now everything is in the past.
c'est la force de la démocratie qui va...
Democracy is working, and it's democracy which will allow the situation to come back to normal. But we must also say that we thank the efforts made by ECOWAS and the African Union to make everyone feel better. We are hopeful that attempts to ensure that the situation is progressing and that it bears fruit despite everything.
Qu'il faut faire pour qu'on puisse sortir de la situation, malgré tout, qui n'est pas la meilleure.